Are you guys excited for Nanette too?
That is not happening, is it?
It's called Douglas, but Hannah Gadsby just announced yesterday that her new special's coming out in a few weeks, I believe.
Did she say Nanette was her last one? And then she's like, oh, fuck, I'm going to make money if I do another one.
Yeah, the point was that
she definitely should not have quit. Could you imagine how much fucking money she'll be printing just from the second deal alone? Fuck all the touring she did.
But that's what's so funny is, like, it was just so much... Like, I haven't seen it. I'm not going to watch it, but I've heard it's a great art form. It's a really like powerful piece, and what makes it cooler and more like that's the last one. It's like, yo, this is the only thing I'm doing. I'm done. Yeah. Whatever.
You're right. It kind of does not ruin it, but it definitely like makes it seem like
it dilutes the message of it a little bit.
Because it's just like it seems genuine because I guess it was a lie, or it was like she went back on her word for one thing, so it makes.
I actually quite enjoyed Nanette. My girl watched it live, and then it became a special like almost a year after Jazz saw it, and she was bugging me to go see it, but it was sold out everywhere. So then I was interested to watch it, and I actually quite enjoyed it. It was not funny. There were funny moments in it, but it wasn't funny. I don't think it was particularly supposed to be funny either.
No, exactly.
And I think that the outrage came from the media trying to turn Nanette into a weapon of like, yeah, this is what comedy should be. And everyone was like, well, this was a great little art piece, but it's definitely not what stand-up should be.
I think that's why a lot of comedians trashed it on podcasts and stuff in America is because it isn't a good reflection. If you watch that and you've never seen comedy before, it's not a good reflection on what most of us would call being a comedian. And doing comedy. I think that's what made a lot of people angry is like, well, it's not comedy, but it's like, I don't think she was really trying to do that.
She didn't, before it came out, she didn't really say anything, which I thought was great. But I think that she herself got sucked into the media narrative and started to go along with it because obviously that shit feels great when the media's on your side. And I think she went along with it and she also kind of pushed that narrative a little bit, which I think is a bit of a misstep. What I think would be fucking awesome, and I don't think this is what's going to happen. I'll tell you what she should do. If Douglas is like the funniest, most raw stand-up that she could write, how fucking sick would that be? If she did Nanette and then everyone was like, you're not funny, you suck, and then she came out with like this fucking raw shit, because she is funny. Like a lot of Americans like, she sucks, but she's been famous for fucking years. She's definitely a very good stand-up. Like I've seen her.
I just don't think she will do that. She's gonna.
She won't.
I think it would just keep pandering to the existing audience of trying.
I think that it will be Nanette too.
She's gonna get paid, for sure. And that's what it is. It's like, okay, so she is funny, as you said. I think she started off like an Adam Hills show. She was like the comic relief and stuff like that. Like she's done.
Yeah, she used to be on Spicks and Specs back in the day.
She's done it. She's done the grind. Like she hit like the peak in Australia in terms of mainstream media success, which is being able to pay your rent.
Fucking that's right. But it's kind of like Anchorman. So like Anchorman should have been a one-off.
Yes.
And then they're like, wait a minute, we can make more money if we do an Anchorman 2. It's like, yeah, but you've covered everything in Anchorman 1 and it's moved on. So if she does it exactly like a sequel, I don't think it'll be.
Well, that's why I thought Nanette was good, was because it took all of these terrible traumatic things that happened to her and she turned it into this piece. So unless all of the worst shit imaginable has happened to her since Nanette, like even worse things. If she tries to do the same thing, you can't
top it. Well, you can't top
and you shouldn't want to either.
About. No, that's the thing. It's not a thing you want to top, and she shouldn't try to. I think Lewis is right. She should just do a really funny hour, but to prove that she's a great comedian, because she probably is. But I've honestly never seen her do much stand up. I've never gone back and watched her old set. So that's all I ever watched of her, really. So I feel like that's a lot of people. That's people's first and only impression of her, and I think she should go out there and change it.